In 10 months, I grew a channel from 0 to 300k subscribers, all with 0 shorts. On top of that, my first 2 uploads now have over 18 million views combined. In this video, I am going to tell you the exact tactics that made this possible. We'll break it down by sections, each with 1 to 3 growth critical strategies that you can steal today. To begin, I want to be honest. This channel was not my first swing at YouTube. I started it over 5 years ago in 2020 with the usual newbie uploads, only occasionally seeing success. My real break and the first lesson on this list came in 2022 when I teamed up with a friend on a Minecraft channel called Darusa. I was mostly an editor, however, I also helped with ideation, research and channel strategy, racking up the repetitions that matter. You don't need exactly this to succeed, you just need reps of your own. In the intro, I lied. Pexto didn't blast off on day 1. It actually started a few months earlier, in November 2023, with serious exposés inspired by Moon. These, however, didn't even crack 1,000 views. Realizing the channel wasn't going nowhere, I made a hard pivot. Drop Moon and copy Sunny V2. The reasoning was simple. The YouTube drama niche was much more popular, with Sunny V2 doing 30 million views per month compared to Moon's 5 million. For me, the limit of 5 million wasn't enough. Not to mention, I was also a super fan of the drama niche, giving me an unfair advantage. But more on that in a minute. With the pivot, the editor and voice actor continued, however, we slotted in a new writer to match the new tone. Going forward, the strategy was simple. Copy Sunny V2. I binge-watched every video, dissected scripts, noted b-roll, pacing, even personality cadence. Obsessive? Yes, but it worked. First pivot upload, 500k views in 14 days. Now at over 7 million. The next video hit 4 million views in 10 days. Today it's over 11. Comment section, copycat, stop stealing, Sunny V3. Perfect, exactly who I wanted to be compared to. As far as an action step, do this. Pick one winning channel in your niche, tear apart at least 10 of their videos, scripts, edits, b-rolls, everything, and analyze the patterns. And if you want to go a step further, for your next video, find the closest winning content to it and take as much inspiration from it as you can. I did this with a Sunny V2 script for this video, and it got over 3 million views. I'm going to dive deeper into that in section number 2, because before that could happen, reality checked me. 3 videos in a row were a complete flop. The fix came from section 1.1. As I mentioned earlier, because it was something I was interested in, I consumed hundreds of videos, and because of this, I spotted a MrBeast angle that no one else knew existed. The story was packaged, the video shipped, and it got 1 million views in 4 days. To rewind, the same superfan radar powered the first 2 wins as well. Take our opening video, our final video determines our legacy. Most creators would put in just neat farewell clips, but I knew more. Filthy Frank, the guy who actually started the Harlem Shake, slowly fading into Joji. EDP's Predator bust, Master Uguay's war with YouTube, even Dream's face reveal. None were official finales, but each fit the video perfectly. Those superfan picks made the video way more interesting and also allowed it to reach much wider audience. If you are not watching content in your niche on the daily, change niches. It's a ticking time bomb. 2 videos after when MrBeast quits a challenge, the channel exploded and graduated from its early phase. 3 matches made it happen. To show them all in action, I'll break down the 2 videos that lit the fuse. As already mentioned, some uploads pulled millions of views, while others died at below 100k. That told me the quality was fine. The ideas were the problem. So stealing a page from Alex Ramosi, I blocked the first 4 hours of every day for the bottleneck, aka Ideation. Doubling down lists, random word prompts, outlier theory, anything that spat out ideas went on the table. With this one, the intention is more important than the timing. If you are still in school, a job, whatever it is, I understand. But despite the circumstances, do your best to dedicate time to the bottleneck. 4 hours is the common recommendation and works for me. However, 1 is more than none. Back to the topic, from that daily sprint came 2 keeper ideas. Most loved versus most hated YouTubers, modeled on a Sunny V2 hit, and when evil YouTubers get destroyed by Penguin Zero. This one was inspired by competitors' beef breakdowns, but all bundled into a single narrative. Which brings me to the second match in this period, which I learned while working on the Minecraft channel. Once the morning ideation sprint wrapped, I spent my time filling out a 1-page pre-production document for the next video. Nothing got recorded until that document was complete. Take the Penguin Zero video for example. I knew I wasn't the first person to cover his beefs in a single narrative, so the document had an important question. Who's done it and why did I think I could do it better? For the first question, 2 channels had already tried it. One of them was an hour-long, different niche, no overlap. Perfect. The second one, however, was a direct competitor. His video, however, was also quite long. 30 minutes and included only 4 people. Even spending 10 minutes covering a story in my head was way too overtold. My selling point was right there on the page. 15 to 20 minute video, tighter story, way more people. I ran the same play for loved and hated. How to improve the retention, how to start the video, everything was there on the paper. On top of this, I also took the steps I preached earlier. I took Sunny V2's 9 million banger, transcribed it, formatted it, analyzed the structure and the patterns, and told the writer, this is the blueprint, let's do the same thing. Again, everything was there. Document first, everything else only if the document is done. So, why wasn't I doing this before? I did this for every video before this one as well. The entire blueprint of my improvement on Pexto is there in the document. And yes, I'll be sharing all of it on this channel for free, no gatekeeping. The document itself I've put in the description, but yes, I'll be making a video on how to use it as well. During this period, on top of analyzing other creators, I was also viciously studying and analyzing my own retention graphs. So first off, Penguin Zero launched with a safe thumbnail. It was brand friendly, but as soon as I uploaded it, I knew it wasn't going to make the cut. It just felt too boring. I had to think of a change. Now, this was probably one of the luckiest inspiration in my YouTube career, because as this video was uploaded, we were already working on the next one, loved versus hated. In that video, Penguin Zero was one of the loved people. You probably know where this is going. Yes, I stole my own thumbnail from the next video. Talk about copying. I slapped it on the Penguin Zero one and watched the graph explode. Unfortunately, at the time, I haven't learned the lesson yet. Loved versus hated made the same mistake. I thought using the 2 most famous people would be the best. But despite being the most famous on paper, their audiences didn't care to find out more about them. So what I did instead is I swapped Mr. Beast with Technoblade and Jack Doherty. People with much more dedicated support and hate groups respectively. Once I did this, the video immediately showed more signs of life. That being said, it still didn't feel quite right. I had to do something entirely different. Well, not too long before this, I saw this thumbnail on YouTube. I haven't done anything with it when I saw it first, but I just noted, hey, this is a great thumbnail. Again, being a super fan. So what did I do? I took the concept, I packaged our video in the same style, and the rest is history. And a quick bonus, if you struggle with believing in yourself, going back in time again, before I even saw these 2 wins, I set a finish line. After this upload, I promised myself 10 more videos like this, following the same system. Morning ideation sprint, a bunch of packaging concepts, pre-production document, just do this, and one of them will perform. Spoiler, 8 of them did. They are now sitting at almost 30 million views combined. So that's how the early slump ended and the real channel began. But before I show you how the 10th upload in this 10 video batch clocked in 1 million views in 18 hours, let's zoom out, because brand beats bursts and loyal audience beats random viral spikes. So how do you build that brand? 2 out of every 3 videos uploaded at that time were double downs. Those were the proven buckets I had just discovered. So in that case, Penguin Zero and Love versus Hated. They keep the view for high and let you safely experiment. That's right, the third slot is for experimentals. An untested idea you believe could do well. If you avoid experiments now, you run out of your buckets and plateau later. Remember, experimenting is only going to get scarier the more you grow. So build the habit early. Step 2, packaging strategy. At this point, the Pexto style looks locked in. Most videos orbit YouTube stories, usually wrapped in a red thumbnail with 3 to 5 faces. Yes, to achieve this consistency, I had to sacrifice some short-term peaks, but it raised the average view floor and increased recognition. The last rule of branding: never bore your loyal audience. Pexto almost never repeats the same story. I would much rather take a small one-off hit than make a viewer sit through a deja vu. At least for me, it's the #1 reason I stopped watching most creators, especially educational. They repeat the same lesson every single upload. Don't do that. Put your viewers first. So now that you know how to keep the viewers, let's talk about how you can attract them and the ideation move that pushed this video to over 1 million views in just 18 hours, aka Outlier theory. You've probably heard the term, but if you are watching this, you are sleeping on how powerful it is. Quickly explained, find a video that has already overperformed for the channel, keep the core concept, and then make it 10 times better. Ideation, title, thumbnail, script, editing, everything. For example, during my morning idea sprint, I found this video by Saving Lee. 140,000 views for what back then was a 3K sub channel. Great topic, solid execution, but I knew that Pexto could crank it to 11. Stronger packaging, more people, and cleaner story and edit. We did that and it blew up. That being said, stay within these guardrails. #1, upgrade is non-negotiable. If you can't improve the video drastically, do not do it. #2, check recency with a tool like ViewStats. People might have cared about the topic back then, but don't anymore. And #3, watch the niche size. Some outliers pop in tiny corners of YouTube. Everyone who already cares has already watched it. I've run a bunch of outlier theories since, and the hit rate is scary high. Credit where credit is due though, SunnyV2 has been doing this for years. I just took too long and was too stupid to implement it. Next up was the most important period of all. When those first videos popped up, I kept telling myself just one thing. Everything now is a bonus. Q4 is the real test. 9 months of preparation led to this moment. You probably know why, but in Q4 the AdSense is higher. For me, this was important because the more money I make, the more money I can reinvest and the channel gets better. So the plan was simple. The system was built, now just double down. Team-wise, here's what changed. First, I pulled in a second writer right before Q4 and also borrowed an editor from a different team to help with the output of the channel. That gave us 2 writers, 2 editors, and way more upload power. Then, on top of the previous lessons, I stacked on 3 more moves. Move 1, compilations. Right at the start of November, we launched 2 supercuts, Loved vs Hated, Penguin Zero. Each got new intros and transitions. That way, it felt like a seamless project, not like 4 videos duct taped together. Remember, viewers first, always. Move #2, series sunset. Once these were uploaded, I parked the Penguin Zero bucket for good, and for the most loved and most hated, I only visited it about 5 months later, despite everyone in the niche still doing them. Because I don't want to bore the loyal viewer. I only did it again when I had a topic I felt like was hey, this is fucking great. And the final move, leading up to this, we had already a bunch of people, so I took the spare capacity, put it on a second channel, followed the same blueprint, and got the same results. 6 million total views in 40 days. The bottom line is this: if you are further in your journey, build your perfect storm early. Content strategies, themes, and then in Q4 go at full speed while never burning the viewer's trust. Mistakes? Yep, me too. Going into winter, I wanted to work more on myself. However, in the process, I broke all the rules I just outlined to you. Shocker, the channel suffered. I'm not going to bore you with all the missteps. However, again, it can be traced to the steps I outlined earlier. Daily ideation, airtight briefs, outlier theory, viewer first mindset. When I follow these, the graphs go up. When I don't, they go back down. I did not do this alone. I had the insane luck of meeting someone who was way further in my journey and has now become my best friend. For the first 6 months, he was tremendously helping with packaging, selecting the best ideas, and being a second qualified set of eyes. I'm now trying to pay that forward by sharing everything I know to you. That way, you don't have to rely on luck as much as I did. The other way I got tons of value during this period that you can as well is educational content. As you've seen in the document earlier, I did this a lot. Outside of YouTube, and these are not affiliates, the paid content I bought were, with some recordings, I would say about 7 out of 10. Creator Now, probably my best YouTube investment, however, it looks like it's shut down, so unfortunate. Number 3, Paddy Galloway course. I think it's great for beginners, however, me being further on in my journey, I didn't find as much value. And finally, Mario Yo's Accelerator. The price on this is much steeper, however, opposite to Perry Galloway. If you are already further in, I would recommend this, probably my best resource in this entire journey. Again, not affiliated with anyone, you won't find any of my links, just my honest opinion. And the second most important thing, the Pexto team. First, the editor. He is still there from day one, sitting through 100+ comments on Frame.io. What a legend. Number 2, the voice actor. The voice, the accents, the snark, a huge chunk of Pexto's personality. And number 3, writers 1 and 2. Joined later, but both of them are going over a year strong. Combined, we leveled the storytelling way beyond what I could do alone. And that leads me to the final lesson of this journey. People are everything. You're only as good as the team around you. And I'm living proof. I'm starting this channel not just to teach, but to find the next wave of talent. If this story fired you up and you want to help build the next media empire, fill out the form below and let's talk. For everyone else, good luck on your YouTube climb. I'll be doing my best to help you by providing the best educational content possible. Adios.